Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. So this morning I had an epiphany, at least in my opinion, it was an epiphany. And I'm going to share that with you guys, what I've learned from this epiphany. You do have to watch the very end though to find out what the epiphany was, because I think it'll flow better to share at the very end. You can obviously fast forward to the end if you want to. A quick disclaimer, this is not professional advice and that this video is simply for entertainment. Back to my epiphany. Have you noticed that sometimes you can wake up with the exact same circumstances? Same house, same apartment, same people around you, same job, same amount in your bank account, same car, same clothes, same health circumstances, the exact same circumstances. And one day you wake up and you may feel life is awesome. Life is fantastic. I'm so joyful. I'm so grateful. And the next day you may feel that life is terrible. You feel irritated, frustrated, feel like you're not gaining any momentum in the direction that you want to go, and that life is a struggle. Why is that? Could it be that it is the perception of our circumstances rather than the actual circumstances that make the difference of how we feel? I do understand that there are some circumstances that are extremely challenging, and that people all the world go through really hard times, and my heart sincerely goes out to those people, and I don't want to underestimate or undermine that that's the case. But I do think for a lot of people, the way we feel, the way we think about life is often not because our circumstances changed, but the circumstance actually stays the same. At least that's for me. Like, the circumstance doesn't change that much, but I may feel really happy and grateful and feel good versus just feeling blah or funky or having a state of mind that's not a state of mind that I want it to be. And again, my question is, could it be based on perception? The perception of our reality. So again, back to my little epiphany. I have noticed, for me personally, that on Saturdays and Sundays, the weekends, that when people, I'm assuming, usually feel better about themselves. Like, most people don't have to work on the weekends, they're home, they're relaxing, they have the whole day, and people generally feel better. Like, I've noticed that my mood, my state of mind, my level of energy, whatever you want to call it, usually gets a bit funky. And I kind of get into this mood that I don't want to be in. I'm not really sure why, even though I have some ideas, some theories. Maybe I'm kind of going through some type of existential time of reflection that doesn't really benefit me. But today when this is being recorded, it's a Saturday. And I remember thinking to myself last night when I went to bed that tomorrow I'm going to embrace a state of mind. I'm going to embrace a way of thinking, way of outlook on that day, my little worldview, my little world, that I'm going to be happy. I'm going to be grateful. I'm going to be content. I'm going to enjoy the day. So today I decided I'm going to focus on things that I'm happy about. And guess what happened? You may have guessed it. I felt better. I decided to focus on the things that I was happy about. We had a breakfast as a family. I can go on and on. Nothing out of the extraordinary. But I just decided to focus on the good things in my life. The things that I'm grateful for. The ways I feel blessed. And I just felt better. People in the field of neuroscience and neurolinguistic programming that study the language of the mind and how the mind works, there's a part of our mind, our brain, that's referred to as a reticular activating system. And the way it works is what we communicate to our mind, we're essentially telling our mind to focus on that thing. A good example could be if you suddenly decided to buy a new car and you are in the car market. If you decide to buy a Porsche and you decide to go to 911, which is maybe the most famous Porsche, and you decide to buy the GT3 touring model. Not the best example because you don't see as many of those anyway. But say if you decided to buy a Honda Accord, all of a sudden you're starting to see Honda's Accord everywhere. And it's not like all of a sudden there was more Honda Accords on the road, but because you are in the market for Honda Accords, you told your mind to focus on that. So that's what your mind is going to see, or whatever other car, say it's a Peugeot. So in other words, what you focus on essentially grows. Where energy flows, focus grows. So why is this important? why is it important what we think about? Why is it important what we tell our minds to think about? I think for number one, the way I feel, like if I decide to be angry, like I'm gonna be frustrated at every little thing, and I become frustrated, I become in a state of mind that is just not coherent, is not in harmony. You can just tell that today, Bami is not a good spot. The people that are around me are gonna be affected by that. I'm married. My marriage, which I'm so grateful for and I value so highly. So my wife watched this video is dedicated to you. If I'm not in a good spot, then it's going to affect my marriage. I can't give what I don't have. Like if I don't have peace, if I don't have love, if I don't have joy, I think it's really hard to give that to my wife and to help create that type of relationship that I desire, like harmonious relationship where I'm happy, grateful, thankful, all that wonderful things. Likewise, I'm a father. If I'm in a place where I'm not really in a good spot, call it a state of mind, call it a level of energy, call it your mood, call it your emotions, I will not be able to be the father that I want to be for my kids because I want to give them the very best that I can. So I think number one, it's really important because it affects not only me, but the people around me, people at my job, people I work with, and so on and so forth. We all are interconnected. And if I can be emotional place, spiritual place, mental place where I'm healthy, where I'm functional, like it affects the people that I care about. So how can you enjoy life and choose what to focus on? There's probably a lot of helpful tools out there that you can research. I have just 2 quick tips, which was my epiphany. And the first thing is just to be aware, like become aware of what you think about. For me, the epiphany was I became aware that, hey, I saw a pattern that kept repeating itself, that on the weekends I would kind of get into this funk. And I became aware of that. And then last night I was like, I don't want to have those type of weekends. So guess what? I'm going to focus on all the good things in my life. And I feel like it really did make a big difference. At least the first step is just to consciously trying to shift that focus. To focus on things that you're grateful for, things you're happy about, the ways that you're blessed, and all the things in your life that are good. So the second tip I've actually heard a couple of times from different people, different authors. The last time I was reminded of Mr. Wayne Dyer, and he said that the last 5 minutes before you go to sleep, tell yourself or remind yourself of the things that you're grateful for, all the ways that life is amazing. And then as you go to sleep, and he said that, for the next however many hours you sleep, 6, 7, 8, should probably get 7, they say, you are kind of marinating on that thought. So when you wake up, like you're starting in a good spot. You ended the day with gratitude, and then hopefully, more likely, when you wake up, you're going to start your day with gratitude. So there you go. Hopefully that was helpful. If you liked the video, give it a thumbs up, and hope to see you next time. I'm going to seize the day. Viva la loca? I don't know. That's a Latin word. I know it's not Viva la loca. That's a song that I'm butchering. But anyway, I'm probably going to cut all that. Trying to think of the Latin phrase, seize the day. I don't know. I don't know what the seize the day in Latin. Who knows? Should have wrote it down, but I didn't.